Hello there campers, my name is Paul Hughes, I am the Lord of Leisure, and welcome to a very, very late night aftermath video. Basically a video where, just after watching a film, I pop out, look like a complete twat looking into the camera, and tell you my pontifications, if you will, about a film I just watched. So basically, this one I must admit I didn't expect I was going to actually come along to, but nevertheless I did. So while there's giant robots battling each other, and also still lots of superhero-y stuff, and also the last remnants of, well, I guess Oscar bait season is still being shown. Oh, and, you know, Ready Player One and Tomb Raider, lots of, shall we say, geek-related things. I actually fancied a change tonight, so basically, for tonight's Aftermath, I kind of went to see something I don't normally go for at this day and age, and it's called Blockers, basically starring a shit ton of people I've never seen before, and Leslie Mann, who we've seen in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, This Is 40, and I think, was she in Zack and someone or other Make a Porno? She's been in shit tons of shit. Shit tons of shit, exactly, yes, yeah. I know all the best words. And a surprise, actually, appearance, and I think this is his first film proper, away from the world of wrestling, John Cena, who, in a strange sort of way, I wanted to see if he was going to go the same way as actually surprising everyone, like, well, let's be fair, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson ended up doing, coming away from wrestling, going into films, and actually being, well, fucking good at it. So, what is the premise of Blockers? Now, of course, this is not going to piss people off, I hope, in comparison to the Ready Player One video, because that was under NDA and I couldn't really, I had to be fucking vague. I'm not going to be fucking vague on this one. This was a film about three parents who have three daughters who, you know, they grow up together, they show a little montage of all this, and in essence it gets to the point where they're about to leave high school, and then they have their, you know, American prom thing, you know, all that usual bullshit. And that's when they catch wind of the fact that all the single daughter ladies want to have their well, shall we say, they want to have sexual intercourse with some men or women, depending on what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And of course this freaks the parents out, and then off they go on a lovely little adventure, of which certainly there's some things that I never see coming. You see, again, in a strange sort of way, I don't want to spoil some of it, because it is something you kind of have to watch, but I have to say, pretty much the star of the show is John Cena. He gets basically all the best material, and some of the stuff they have him doing is fucking hilarious, absolutely fucking hilarious, and he plays it so straight as well. Like he has trained he has brought his daughter up in kind of like a coach style thing, so there's shit tons of coach references, and, you know, all thinking clearly, being and there's a point when there's one scene I will never ever forget, and that's, I know, spoiler alert in case you don't want to know about it, but there's one scene that effectively cements his comedy chops, and that is effectively when he has a beer bong shoved up his arse, and then people start pouring alcohol down it because of a chugging contest, which apparently has progressed on since other people just used to drink heavily. Now they drink it up the arse. Or do they? But honestly, it's something to he doesn't. Yeah. Make no mistake, John Cena actually excelled in blockers, absolutely, and frankly, it's worth seeing blockers just for him alone, because there's an awful lot of it that isn't worth watching. It's a bit slow to start off with. They have obviously a few. They have a few very, very funny set pieces. Gotta be said. There are moments when you just lose your shit, and I just couldn't stop laughing. But maybe the best way to think of this is like a moderately more grown-up version of American Pie back in the 90s, but they actually take the step of focusing on the parents for a change, rather than actually the kids. And frankly, it's a fresh way of looking at the same old crap that you tend to worry about when apparently your kids are going to a party and fucking each other or whatever they're doing. So, if nothing else, gotta credit them for that. And definitely I had good laughs out of this. Would I recommend you going to watch it at the cinema? Nah, this actually would just work perfectly fine when you're catching it on Netflix or otherwise. I couldn't actually say that it's worth watching on the big screen. I mean, you're guaranteed a laugh or two out of it, especially if you're, as childish as I am. But overall, Blockers was funny. There was some slow moments. There was some poignant, heartfelt moments, obviously, that kind of goes with this type of territory. There was a lot of vomit. There was... basically, I would say it's a slow starter, but once it gets going, it's pretty good, and then the ending's pretty forgettable because... but honestly, it's definitely more of the journey. It's definitely more of the journey. And also, in case you were wondering, there is a point where if you've watched the Fast and Furious movies, you will appreciate, because they just basically say, nah, it was all lies. It was all lies in those films. Which, if you see how it plays into the scene, especially during a car chase, it tickled my fancy. But I would actually say hold off now until it comes out on the various streaming services, or Sky, or Virgin, or whatever they fucking do. But there you go. Blockers is, worth a watch, just not necessarily at the cinema, campers. There you go. Can't be more simple than that, can I? So, I'm going to go home and collapse, because tomorrow, or rather later on today, given the fact it's this time of the morning, I'm going to be watching big robots beat each other senseless in Pacific Rim Uprising. Which obviously will be Shakespeare, won't it? Yes, it will. I have no idea until later on today. But for now, campers, I'm going to go and collapse at home. Thank you all for watching. And, until next time in the next Aftermath video... Cheerio! I would wave, but I'm holding I realised I've been rocking the phone back and forth. Okay, I'll wave now because I've got the hand free. Okay.